Alright, second video of the day. It's mostly gonna be me eating. This is like our first true mukbang. I'm exhausted. I took my meds 2 hours ago. So driving up here to the grocery store from my campsite was difficult. My blood pressure was like 180 at least about an hour ago. Let me start eating. I'll explain to you why I left my campsite. I'll be at the rest stop for the second time in 2 nights. I did southbound last night because law enforcement told me I wouldn't weather the storm. He was probably right. I think my tent would have leaked and it would have like got my sleeping bag soaked, and it was only really bad for like an hour, but it was really bad. I don't think there were tornadoes. There weren't like any crosswinds, but the rain was intense, so that was okay. But what happened tonight is bullshit. It's a little bit my fault, but then it really escalated. We'll get into it. First up is sushi. I couldn't get a full rotisserie chicken because it's like enough salt for 5 people, and I've already had like 1.25 what I want in salt. And I'm having soy sauce here. Can we get a photo of the sushi? A rainbow roll. I put the soy sauce on top. Yeah, silky smooth. And then I dabble, whatever you call this, wasabi on each piece. Man, I'm tired. I gotta probably nap in my car outside the grocery store here for like a half hour after I eat. My mouth's watering. Oh. I beeline straight here. I was in a survival situation, and I was like, I need comfort food. So, grocery store sushi, you can buy with food stamps. And I was like, I was talking earlier today with you guys about a rotisserie chicken mukbang. So what I picked up is like 3 different chicken thighs. So we'll eat that together. The chicken thighs for like $3.50. And it's like almost a pound. It's like 0.855 pounds. It is a good ass grocery store. I don't know if I'm supposed to be quiet about my chewing on a mukbang, but I don't think I've been eating enough. Fell out. Just the crab. It's funny when you live in your car and you vlog, you stop caring about a lot of things like chewing on video, dropping food out of your mouth. I mean, I've become really respectful to people, very polite. I guess because I live on the edge, like I don't need a mess. But I also want to be like a good person because I don't fit in with society. So like when I do interact with society, I want to make it count. But something like chewing on camera, it's like, and I was like laying in the park today. That's something I would be embarrassed to do, like set up a tarp and do like mobility stretches. It was like across the street from a kid's playground, which like gives me the ick that like parents will be watching me and like profiling me. No one was there when I got there. It was like 9:30 a.m. But next time I know, I'll go by the volleyball courts. Oh my God, the wasabi. Yes. There's someone with their brights on me. They're giving us better visuals. Yeah. You see the left side of my face is brighter than the right. I wonder if they're looking at me like wondering what the hell I'm doing. Okay. So they don't know that I just thought I was gonna get murdered. Oh man, that sounds crazy. But you don't know the details yet. A hunter stopped his pickup truck and said, you do know you're not supposed to camp here. Not allowed to camp here. Yada yada. And I said, I talked to, and he said, who'd you talk to? And I said, law enforcement. And then he said, don't say I didn't warn you. Which is a key phrase. But after he said that, he drove slowly past me, and I looked through my windshield, and he was like out like a monkey. Like a rabid dog, man, with his tongue wagging, like hot in the summer heat. He looked like he wanted to, terrorize me, but do more. It was a chilling maneuver. I was talking to AI after it happened, and I was like, yeah, he was bullying me. I had it straight in my head. He was bullying me. He was intimidating. But AI was like, it's best to de-escalate because he has weapons. And I think that set off my paranoia. Because I was kind of on edge. I'd been smoking all day. I slept at the rest stop. Let's see, how else do I explain this? I just lost my concentration. The cart guy came by. Onto the chicken. I need to get some water. Let's get some water in this bitch. So he did I can't describe the motions he was making. Like, somehow his vehicle was moving forward, maybe idling his foot on the gas, and I'm pretty damn sure he had both arms out the window. There was like part of his motive in the gesture was like mocking me, I guess. Oh yeah. So I saw that. That was chilling. It was like he was like hungry for blood. I swear. So I raised my voice a little just so he could hear me, because he was like, what? And I said, I won't do it again. He was like, you can't camp here. And I said, I won't do it again. Which is like my way of de-escalating, but reserving my ground, because I had talked to law enforcement. But this guy hunts, and he doesn't want to camper in his hunting area. So I was like, I won't do it again. But the problems got worse. Tonight, the problems got worse. And here's the thing. There's a small chance I hallucinated footsteps. There's like a small chance. But I know what my hallucinations are. I know they're hallucinations. Because they're normally like nonsensical. They're not like perfectly placed. They're tangentially related to reality. But these footsteps, I perceive anger like I have a really heightened level of anger. Like, I thought that car guy was angry. I think he is, but that's his own business. I don't like make noises at work when I'm upset about work. That's insane. Childish. But the footsteps. So I swore I heard footsteps, right? And then I talked myself out of it. It was like twilight, or it was like the sun had set. Everything was still visible. So I like, my heart is racing, and I can tell. I know when my blood pressure is really high. I get it checked so often, and sometimes it's been 180 at the doctor. So I listen a little more, and I'm like, these are weird sounds. And then I'm like, if he's here waiting by my car, that's where I thought he was, by my car. I was like, if he's waiting by my car, I should just go talk to him before it gets dark. Because, like, yeah, I should just talk to him, de-escalate. Like, I'm not going to wait in my tent till it's dark and then him to confront me. So I unzip pretty fast, and I make sure, like, my head's not in view. I'm, like, thinking this level, like, he has a crossbow. I want to pop up and ask him a question. Like, I don't want to be up with my back to him. I don't want my full body exposed. So I'm using my tent as a guard because I'm pretty damn sure he's at my car. And then I don't see nobody at my car. So I'm like, damn, it must have been an animal. And then I do hear an animal. I knew from earlier in the day when I was checking to see if my campsite would flood. You know, there were storms 2 nights in a row. So beside the road, there was like a little culvert, I guess you call it, like a 1.5 feet of water. But it was like 2.5 feet below ground level. So I was like, damn, two days of rain left that less than 24 hours later, like, and it's not gonna rain tonight, I'm good. And I was like, it must have been a turtle or like a beaver or some bullshit, because it would make noises and it would move in weird directions in my campsite. And I'm like, I completely forgot that I heard footsteps. I wanted it to be not real so bad that I completely forgot it. Okay. The footsteps come back. Let me get into the chicken. Before it gets cold, right? I'm here late. The sushi was too cold. It's been sitting in the fridge all day since 9 when they made it, it says. But the chicken was on a hot plate, and now it's just sitting in my car. Let's see what we got. It smells so good. I have to use, oh, there's 4 pieces. Look at that. That's just 1 piece. That's a small piece too. Let's start with the medium piece. Oh my god, it feels good too. It's so much better than it looks. There you go. It's not focusing. Oh, it's dripping. Shit. Oh my god. It's not even that hot, but it's the best hot meal I've had. Oh my god. It's a little dry. I gotta try it more in the morning, but my body knows. Oh man. So I'm like, oh, it's an animal. I smell. There's food in my car. I pissed everywhere in camp. It's an animal. Could be a raccoon, right? And I'm like, I was thinking, if that guy's coming to hunt me, No way his footsteps were quiet in this brush during the whole approach. So I lay back down. I have a fair amount of control over my blood pressure. It's probably like 150 now. I'm doing deep breathing. I'm like, this is gonna work. I'm gonna sleep here tonight. And I'm just telling myself, like, you're being paranoid. Don't let him ruin your night. He was intimidating you. Just enjoy this campsite. You like fought hard for it. You got here really early. You drove deep. And then I hear footsteps. A lot of them. And my BP goes up. And the footsteps don't stop. I pick them up like 20 feet behind the right side of my head. And I track them. It was like 15 steps right to my car. And they just stop. They don't trail off, they just stop. And here's the weirdest thing. The footsteps were like super loud, like someone was trying to make a point that they were walking in camp. As it was happening, I was like, they're not headed toward my tent. Like, this guy's not coming to kill me right now. He's not beelining. I think this might be a hunter with a deer over his back. Or like deer meat packed in a backpack. Like, maybe that's why the steps are so heavy. But there's no truck around me. There's no vehicle. I saw all the vehicles coming past me that day. Someone could have stopped short of me and then walked through the woods deeper and got a deer. But they wouldn't have stopped right at my car. Like, my blood pressure was high. I was in a survival situation. My senses were peaked. I knew exactly where the footsteps ended. And it was my car. So it's life or death now. There's like 10 minutes of visibility left. Not of like daylight, it's already twilight, but like it's about to be so dark that if he has night vision goggles, I'm dead. That's what I'm thinking. I think if he has a headlamp, I'm dead. Because he's gonna basically blind me. If I use my headlamp, I'm dead. Because I'm like a bright light. Easy to find. A glowing target. So I have to make a decision like really fast. And just boom, light bulb. I'm gonna engage as peacefully as possible. No hands in pockets. Get out of the tent slowly, but before I'm visible, start talking to him. Even though I'm not totally sure he's there. Like, none of this makes sense to me. The only thing that makes sense is these two things are unrelated. That he was leaving by the direction he was going. He had gotten there before I did, which is crazy. Hunters don't get there at noon, but let's say he did. And he really was just telling me, don't say I didn't warn you about getting a citation from a park ranger. In his mind, he thought I was doing something wrong. And the steps were people that were trying to bother my sleep, because when I raised my voice to say, I won't do it again, I won't camp here again, that could have ruined their shot. So it could have been someone walking past me who shuffled their feet deep in the gravel just to make a point, and then was light-footed after, once they passed my car. Totally possible, but with everything weighed, with all the evidence in my head, even having food in my stomach, just unlikely. Like, that's a lot of moving variables for that story to be true. What makes a lot more sense, this guy was as insane as he looked and as hungry for blood as he looked. Something about me, man, he didn't like. I have glasses, I drive a 4-door car. He was in a pickup. I think he was late to a hunt. It was like 6:05 when he drove by me. And I knew from the traffic that was going the right way that at least 2 packs of hunters had gone that way. So they got all the good pullouts. So he's coming in looking for a pullout. And then like the 3rd one, 4th one, 5th one that's occupied is not a hunter, it's a camper all of a sudden. So he lost his mind. And what I think happened is he waited till it was dark to terrorize me. And he did. So I started talking to him, not seeing him. And I have to make like 3 or 4 trips back and forth from my tent. First to get all what's inside of it into my car. Then like to get the fly off. I have to open the poles and close them. And I'm just talking into darkness. There's no more footsteps at this point. It was like me talking. It's like what you see in movies when people talk to like their kidnapper. In real life, in true crime. I was just trying to like be soft with them and reason and be like, I should have done it sooner, man. You were right. You were right. I'm sorry I didn't listen sooner. At one point I was like, you won, man. You're right. So what's crazy is I was ready to kill him in self-defense. Like, I wasn't scared. I was paranoid, which is very different than being scared. It's like you start off scared, and then it goes into a heightened state. And again, one weird thing is there's like a 10 or 20% chance that I hallucinated the footsteps, because hallucinations come when you're sleep deprived and extremely stressed. I mean, if I'm hallucinating footsteps that are that real for that long, they lasted like, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds. I don't know, 15 steps would take like 7 seconds. But that's the thing. 20 or 30 minutes before that, I heard the same exact footfall. So like in reality, this guy could have been just lying in wait in my camp for it to get dark, which is, I think, what happened. So I think he was lying in wait, and then I blew his plan by talking to my assailant and acquiescing. Because when I said, I won't do it again, it was intuitive, it wasn't conscious, but I was asserting that I was going to do it this time, that he wasn't going to change my life by coming in strong and intimidating. And if you think in his mind as a criminal, that would set him off. That would like zone him in on me, like this fucker. So I think he did park up the road, and I think he walked through the brush. think he waited in my campsite for it to get dark, and I left like 10 minutes before. It was so close that once I was on the road, it was pitch black. Of course, that's because I had my headlights on, so I guess my pupils adjusted, but I had like a slight advantage because I was in my tent, so my pupils were like even wider open. Well, my heart rate, I think when your heart rate goes up that much and your BP, I think your pupils get extra big too. So I was getting more light than him, but maybe he was like getting a thrill out of hunting me. But I don't know. I had to cope. I got out of there. I went the wrong way, man. It was like a horror movie. I went the right way, I thought, the way that he wasn't, but then it led to a dead end. Like the road was washed out, and there was like, I couldn't pass it even if I wanted to. There was a blockade, but right before the blockade, you could see the washout. Like a pickup truck couldn't even get stuck, so I had to turn around with like 4-point turn or whatever, and then head back his way. So my heart was racing the whole time. I didn't feel like I was out of the woods until I was like 15 miles up the road. And I stopped at this super well lit gas station. Here's the work. I thought like if he's trailing me, he can see my plates, he can know who I am, but it's gonna be on camera. So I don't know, I get like this, like, it seems like I'm a fraidy cat, but it's more like I think about the worst situation and I play the mental chess of if this and that, if this and that. And like, I don't want to catch any charges. I don't want to have to give a defense attorney. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to stay silent. I don't want any of that. Like, that's stress, man. You kill someone lawfully in self-defense, it's like still a nightmare. So I was trying to figure out how to extract myself from the situation. And I just talked to the darkness. Like, if there was a real hunter around, they were probably like, this guy's loco. And I am. So, just insane. I mean, just insane. It made me think it would be pretty interesting to write a movie like where the hunters are the villains. Well, like Disney does that, but I'm thinking where there's like, I guess a little bit like Dexter. So like Dexter crossed with Disney. Actually, there you go. Kind of like Dexter meets Bambi. I don't know. I hope the hunters are evil in Bambi. There's another one. Yeah, so. And you could have some good hunters in the cast composition. Or some like middle of the road hunters ethically and morally. But it'd be pretty crazy to have like even a guy that goes undercover as a hunter, like he hangs out with the hunters, or he like goes up in his own blind, but he's like hunting the hunters. I mean, you can even have a movie where he never even kills anybody, like it ends with the shot and you don't see the resolution, but you could have quite a movie just with the premeditation and like the interaction was so cinematic and intense. Like he was so upset, like hunters get so upset. So, I mean, it's high stakes too because everyone's armed. So I learned to stay away from hunting areas. Like I thought I found a fly spot because it was in the backwoods and no campers were there. But then like 4 hours later, the hunters started to trickle in for their like post-sunset hunt. So I'm gonna stay to the campgrounds, which have their own problems, like because I get up really early at 4 o'clock, so it's like I'm gonna make those people angry. I was just trying to balance everything out, but I'd rather make a granola camper upset than a hunter with a crossbow. I'll smoke one cigarette with you guys. I feel like I told that story well. I really do. It's important to say that I might have hallucinated it. It's important to say that it could have been multiple hunters harassing me in different ways. And it just seems like it's all that one guy. But man, I feel like there's at least a 50% chance it was that one guy. He said, don't say I didn't warn you. That's just some creepy shit, dude. That was the line that hung in my head. Don't say I didn't warn you. I thought an arrow was gonna punch through the orange wall and slit my neck or something. For my camping, I have like a Thermarest 3/4 length. I'm gonna put that under. Oh my god! I hope I don't get copyright struck for like 2 seconds of video. I'm gonna put the cami mattress under my back. I'm gonna roll up a towel and try to put that under my lumbar. My seat has a permanent lumbar in it, which is fucking me up. So I'm gonna put the towel like to double lumbar, so my butt is higher too, so that it negates the built-in seat lumbar thing I can't adjust. My car's like a rental car, like a fleet car, if you know what that is. Like when I go grocery shopping, I have to pop the trunk from where the gas cap popper is, so I have to like, and I have no electronic, so people don't understand why I like have to like go to my door and open my car door and then pop the trunk and then go back to my trunk where the card is. It's kind of ghetto, but I mean, God bless it, the car is in good operating order. Since I talked to you last, I got really deep into like the Rocky Mountains, and I guess I misinterpreted that AI is now telling me that the 14-day out of 30 limit in a national forest, at least in the one I'm in, is just in the same spot. So it's like, your clock does reset every day if you're moving every day, which I do just because I don't want people to notice me. It's like I like when law enforcement notices me. It makes me feel seen. That's the irony. Today, where that hunter had the altercation with me, law enforcement drove right past me. So it wasn't even that I got the information from the other side of the forest that I could camp on at least some forest roads. Just the way I was, right off the road. Don't walk into the woods. Don't drive into the woods. But a law enforcement vehicle, same type, same exact type, like it was like a F-250 or F-150, just drove back by me slowly, and I waved, and it didn't even slow down. So it saw me. It was going like 5 miles an hour. But I like when law enforcement sees me. You know, and I'm glad. Fuck, that guy was walking my camp. I can't be glad that I'm glad I took the signal and left before it was pitch black, because my life could have been altered forever. It could have ended. But so I had like sketched out, okay, I'm gonna stay in the state park for $22 a night, $15 for the site, and $7 entry fee. And I was like, wow, I only have to pay like $380 in rent a month, because the other 14 nights I'm in the national park. But there's even another national park like a couple hours away. I was like, shoot, when I'm not working, I can go up there and dash and be in that national park. But it seems like I can be in the one closer to work. I just have to move camps. But like the camps, I'm not gonna do the backcountry camping anymore. Well, it's like you do want to mix it in, because you don't want to be visible to like vehicle traffic that could become a problem for you. So you do want to keep moving, and there's not enough like proper comfortable primitive camping sites. I think there's like 3, and I have like 3 good backcountry camps now. So I probably will go to the state park to mix it up, and I probably will go to that really far away forest to mix it up. I just want to stay scarce. Like, I think I'm gonna have a rule where I don't actually stay the same place twice. Like I can go 1 mile down the road, or not even. I think like I'll always try to, it'll be like a spider web. I'll go all the way there, and then all the way there, and then all the way there. So it's like 5 days later, yeah, I might be at the same spot. Better than 7 days later. Because the other people that I don't want to come across might have a schedule. Like every Monday they hunt in the same location. But I learned. Getting there at noon doesn't help you, because the hunters that come by feel like you took their spot. To give me a little more privacy in the parking lot. People won't be able to see me talking to myself. To you guys, but they don't know that. So yeah, a night in the rest stop. I'm kind of comfortable there. I did northbound and southbound. I can do northbound again, and I'll sleep like 4 to 5 hours, maybe more this night, because I'm gonna try to do some adjustments for my back, and I'm really tired. Again, I think I'm getting food coma. I think I'm gonna have to nap here. I can't drive safely, which is so ironic, because the rest stop is for people that can't drive safely anymore, and it's like 30 minutes away. I can't drink caffeine either. This cigarette's making me sleepy, actually, because the food and cigarette make you relax extra. Oh, so we did the mukbang. That was probably disgusting. I am so not, like, I just got out of a life or death situation, and like, if it's not life or death, I have serious medical issues. Like, I'm hallucinating broadly and specifically and crystalline, like crystal clear, under stress, like not confusing speech from my hallucinating speakers, like stuff that's related directly to my reality. That's just as bad, but still not as bad as someone hunting you. So I thought of going to the Rockies because it's really butt-ass cold. I was like, it's gonna take me a while to save money. Why don't I just go there now? I could wrap myself in a blanket inside my sleeping bag, which only goes to 37 degrees, but like, if I wrap myself in a blanket wearing drywall socks, like a wool cap, maybe I can deal with 20 degrees. And surprisingly, like, the four corner states, like, they more only get into the high teens. It's not like, I lived in Chicago for a while. It doesn't get like minus 24. Maybe in like Montana and North Dakota. I often check into Montana. It's pretty beautiful. Idaho. But I'd have to get there like after the snow melts probably. So I might be on the move. I might be on the move in general, if my car holds up. Because you get the 14-day every 30 days. Well, no. Sorry. If you move, if you move within the forest, you can stay there forever. Or people will start noticing you. Like, it didn't even feel good for the law enforcement to kind of recognize me and tell me not to stay there for the storm. Because I like kind of revealed too much personal information. Like, he didn't want to hear it either. He didn't want to know. So it's like you take a hint. They shouldn't know you. They shouldn't be getting to know you. They shouldn't recognize you. And my tent's bright orange, so shit, I shouldn't have said that. I was trying not to. I wasn't gonna videotape it because I don't want none of y'all to come find me. That's how paranoid I am. But I'm gonna upgrade a lot of stuff. I'm gonna keep working on my regular job. I'm gonna keep dashing pretty much every day, and I'm gonna upgrade all my gear. And then go to the Rockies or Southern California. It's like a really good hobby now. My pastime is like researching national forests, because it's even beds, man. Like some of these room shares, they're furnished, but they come with a twin bed with like the footboard. So it's like I can't fit in those beds. My knees will kill me Because I twitch a lot at night. Like, I kick and scream at night, and like my legs will be bent bashing into that. So sleeping in the woods is the most comfortable, and that's why I took it kind of personally when that hunter tried to get me out of there. He got in my head. So that's 40 minutes. I'm gonna watch it back before I post it. Make sure it's kosher. But if you're seeing this, it's something I wanted to share. That fucker. He got me out. He won. His intimidation worked. But it taught me a lesson. I admire hunters and I respect them, and I don't want to get in their way. They have a big mission to complete. They're trying to get food. One deer could probably feed their family for months, so I shouldn't be getting in the way of that. I'm out here for free housing, so I'm like a second-class citizen during hunting season, and I understand that. So that's that. If you're a hunter, shout me out. I get what you're up to. Maybe someday I'll be a hunter, but I'll respect the campers a lot more. Last spot on the left. See you tomorrow.